Should this end your relationship? I have a feeling that there are a lot of people that are kind of going through this right now in relationships. As people look at the new year, and this is a great time for people to try out new diets and try to get into shape. And this is a couple of years going to be getting married this year. So being slim and looking your best is going to be important. So it is crunch time right now. And this email is from him. He's kind of going through it. He said, I'm going to be getting married coming up this June, and my fiance came to me right before New Year's Eve and asked me to go on a diet. She said, look, we both need to get in shape. Our wedding's coming up in just about 6 months. And she said, you know what? You could really stand to lose about 30 pounds. I was like, well, wait, what? 30 pounds? I told her, look, I am what I am. But then she kind of got upset and said, well, why don't you care about our wedding that much? Don't you want to look good in the photos and all that kind of stuff? I mean, I care about it. Why don't you seem to care about it? I do care about it. I just don't care about how I look at the wedding. I mean, why is that important? She's got this whole TikTok vision. She's been looking at these videos of people who are doing these synchronized dances at weddings. Have you seen this, Virginia?
I have. It's like a flash mob.
Ah, okay. So what is it? You got to coordinate and you've got to look sexy and everybody gets in it together.
You plan it ahead of time. You have to have rehearsals. That's the hardest part.
Okay.
You got to get the whole wedding party or whoever you want in it to go to several rehearsals to get it down right.
Just a little bit more extra pressure on the biggest day of your life, pretty much, other than having your kids.
Yeah. I guess he's too fat to dance.
Whatever. Get out of here with that.
I don't know what's going on here. I'm just trying to figure out why this matters. 1 week into the new year now, and she is working out every day, and I'm eating more. I know this may seem trivial, but it is something that I'm giving a lot of thought to. And I've kind of come to a crossroads with it. I feel like I either need to compromise and get with this fitness program, or I need to find a woman who's going to let me be the slob that I am. Is it her or is it me?
You might be getting a gift from the gods right now. You might not be compatible.
I agree.
Look, he's talking. They're in a spite war. She's running. She's angrily running. He's angrily eating. They're right before the wedding. This is what we're doing. It's not a good sign.
It's a power struggle, and it's showing you what your life may be like after you're married. Do you want to live like this? You have to decide.
Like Shark Tank, they make a pitch and they hear all the information. I've heard enough, Kevin. I'm out. I can't do it.
I've heard this, and this is a tricky thing because you may rightfully look at your partner and you may realize that they need to make some better decisions for their health. And how you present that and then how do you motivate them, that I think is the big trick. And I think a lot of people are probably going through that. Jaybird, you're talking about, somebody who's in a relationship and the wife is saying, there's not going to be any kind of sexual relations until I lose 25 pounds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
she will not have sex with her husband until she loses 25 pounds. And he's going, well, first of all, I think you're beautiful the way you are. And why do I have to suffer?
Yeah.
Because of your insecurity. And it's a major issue in their marriage. How do you guys feel about that?
Look, I understand. There may be times where if you do care about somebody, you may recognize. Because, look, sometimes I don't recognize when I'm going down the wrong path. And just one day it kind of sinks in that you do want a partner that could help you and nudge you and motivate you. And they want you to be your best version. You can cross that line really quickly, though, into being annoying, pushy, and trying to change them. And they'll feel like you're trying to change them in a way they don't want to be changed. It's a really delicate balance. I don't see anything wrong with it, but you have to be so careful on how you approach this subject.
Well, you're making, I understand you got to be comfortable. I understand all that. But just know when you start shutting things down, whatever kind of relationship you're in, when you shut it down like that, the person's going to sometimes eventually think, is it me? Is it something I'm doing? Those thoughts will creep in.
I think it's a matter of looking at better approaches. I don't think the withholding sex, that's not good for your relationship.
No.
I understand in Virginia you may relate that maybe she just doesn't feel confident, and so
It's a big thing, not feeling good about your body.
Yeah.
And it's a female thing, I think, more than it's a male thing.
Yeah.
Because we're so judged on our appearance and our physicality. And if you feel like you don't look good, that puts you in a not so sexy frame of mind. You don't want to share what you think is gross. You'd rather hide it and keep it tucked away until you get it under control, whatever that is.
So how do you deal with that? Because do you feel like she's taking the right approach, withholding sex until she loses 25 pounds? Is that how you approach it if you're a woman?
I mean, if your husband is verbalizing that it's making him sad, I don't think it's healthy for your marriage.
No,
It's not at all.
clearly not.
It's
And
not.
You got to really try to find some place to meet in the middle.
And the other situation where the girl said you got to lose 30 pounds, you can try to get your partner healthy and you could do it with them. She put on a number. 30 pounds is a number that is such a daunting number for somebody.
Yeah.
That's not someone that's being supportive. That's someone telling you you got to lose 30 pounds or else all hell's going to break loose. That's not support.
I don't think the approach is right on that. I think in both of these situations, I think the approach is wrong. I don't think that you should withhold sex, and I don't know that you should point out exactly how many pounds your partner needs to lose, and then in a sense give them this kind of ultimatum. Might would have been best for her if you do want to do the dance thing. Don't people always tend to lose weight when they do that Dancing with the Stars?
Yes.
Okay, get them into dance classes and make that happen a lot, and maybe you'll just naturally trim down. You don't have to say a word at all.
No offense, but this future bride sounds real annoying.
Yeah.
We got TikTok, we've got dances,
know.
we've got you got to lose 30.
A lot of brides drink the Kool-Aid and become annoying and turn into Bridezillas, and they don't even realize it's happening. It's social media pressures. It's keeping up with the Joneses. It's keeping up with the last girl that just got married in your friend circle. It's a lot of pressure for a young mind who thinks that all of those things are important.
All that kind of stuff will give me cold feet. If all of these red flags started happening before the wedding, and I'm going, this is what it's like when there's pressure.
That's where he is right
This
now.
is where it's like when things go a little askew. This is how this is going to go. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah. I don't know enough about his relationship to say definitely get out. I think that his fiance is handling it the wrong way, and maybe having an honest conversation with her about that would be good. I did also hear that if you're trying to encourage somebody to lose weight or you're trying to lose it yourself, they found that positive rewards tend to work the best. They were talking about couples that had cash initiatives or something that they truly wanted, whether it be a trip, paddleboard, a car, whatever it might be, that sometimes maybe just losing the weight is not enough.
As long as your reward isn't like going to the buffet.
Yeah, you need to have a good, healthy reward, something that may be something you're withholding from. And they found that people get better results. There's less fighting and, less resistance.
Imagine that. You listen to your partner, you communicate, and you do something nice for them. That works.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
So both these situations may be right. Losing weight, being trim, healthy, that's all good and fine. But I just think that you're motivating the wrong way.
Yeah,
And so I
and
think he needs to reset. I don't think you need to end your engagement. I just think you need to try to get her to reset.
And I'm not promoting letting yourself go either, but I'm
Yeah.
saying people during life, people are going to fluctuate up
Yep.
and down, up and down. I thought there was a whole thing called better for worse.
For better or for worse.
Yeah, I thought that was part of
sicker
it.
and poorer, fatter and skinnier.
Those rules do not matter in marriage anymore. I noticed.
Yeah. That's it. All right. Well, if you've got a situation, need a little bit of feedback on or any comments, you can always text into us, 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763, or send us that email, mail@kvjshow.com.
This is how we do. It's the KVJ Show.